Hello, students. Welcome to the 13th online lecture for the subject of sociology. In the previous lecture, we started with the third chapter of our textbook, that is Diversity and Unity in Indian Society. The second topic in this chapter that we will study is Unity in Diversity. India is a country where people from diverse social locations function as a society. Indian society is characterized by integration of the plural tradition and cultural practices that gives it a sense of we feeling. This assimilation of diverse tradition is enabled by the Constitution of India to remain a secular society. Unity in diversity is a theme that runs through the entire course of Indian history. There is so much diversity in India along lines of region, language, religion, caste, etc., that a picture of unity becomes complex. India has always assimilated strands of different cultures that it came into contact with and at the same time has retained the essentials of its own. Despite numerous invasions, people have managed to maintain the spirit of the past. The fact that Indians today, despite their differences, have adapted to political democracy indicates the underlying unity in diversity. One important point is that the Indian people have never regarded diversity as a problem but more as a treasure to be cherished. The inner strength of India lies in our ability to accommodate variety and multiplicity within the framework of larger unity. It is a sign of a healthy organism that the processes of integration and differentiation go on side by side. This is indicative of civilizational unity. At the basis of all the coexisting diversities, there exists a fundamental unity. This has created a complex culture decisively pan-Indian in nature. The concept of secularism in the Indian context is particularly useful. In India, secularism implies respect and tolerance for people of all faiths. India has been and continues to be a land with multiple faith systems. This necessarily includes acceptance of people who do not subscribe to any religious identity, custom, or practice, but who may express their loyalty and commitment to secular values such as scientific endeavor, humanitarianism, humanism, and so forth. Unity implies oneness or a sense of oneness, meaning integration. However, unity does not mean uniformity, which implies similarity. Unity within diversity is visualized in the geopolitical sphere, institution of pilgrimage, tradition of accommodation, interdependence, emotional bonding, etc. In this lecture, we will discuss about the process of unity in India, that is, number 1, geographical unity, number 2, religious unity, number 3, political unity, Number 4, linguistic unity. Number 5, cultural unity. Number 1, geographical unity. India, like every other country, has its own boundaries that are natural. In the north stands the great Himalayas and water bodies on the other sides of the Indian peninsula. Climatic conditions vary to a large extent in different parts of India, though the predominant monsoon season connects the whole country. We find unity in the agrarian cycles such as the sowing season and the harvest season. The natural resources such as rivers, minerals, and forests cut across the length and breadth of India. Sharing of these resources gives the people a sense of oneness. Festivals such as Onam in Kerala, Makar Sankrant in Western and South India, Pongal in Tamil Nadu, Baisakhi in Punjab, and Bihu in Assam revolve around the harvest season. Number 2, religious unity. Although various religious groups in India present external difference, it is not impossible to trace some commonly shared elements. Each religion preaches fundamentally religious faith and shares a belief in the value of life, compassion, devotion, and virtues such as honesty, simplicity, goodness, etc. India is a land of diverse religious faiths. Religious unity in India finds its expression through places of worship scattered all over the country. Visitors from India and abroad throng to religious places of Hindus as Badrinarayan in the north, Dwarka in the west, Rameshwaram in the south, and Puri in the east. The Golden Temple of the Sikhs in Amritsar, the Christian church at Velankani, the Jewish synagogue in the Fort Kochi, shrines of Muslim saints, Ajmer Dargah, etc. Festivals such as Kumbh Mela, Feast of Mother Mary, Kurukshetra Festival, Ganpati, Durga Puja, Moharram attract lakh of people of all faiths year after year. Let's look at the role of religion in social integration. M.N. Srinivas examines the role of religion in social integration as a binding force among individuals and groups. He refers to 3 points. Number 1, the relation between different caste and religious group at the village and other local levels. Number 2, the general role of religion in the economic development of the country. Number 3, religion and socio-economic privileges. There is an association between religious communities and specific economic functions they perform. The spread of various communities all over the country and diversification of their economic activities have strengthened the process of social integration. Number 3, political unity. India is a plural society and it is rightly characterized by its unity and diversity. National unity and integrity have been maintained even though sharp economic and social inequalities have congested the emergence of an egalitarian society. The 5-year plans and several developmental schemes were geared towards uplifting the poor and the weaker sections of society as a whole. The Constitution of India has established the rule of law throughout the country. All citizens are equal and subject to the same authority. Religion, language, region, caste, gender, or community is no longer the basis of special social status, powers, and privileges. The weaker section of society, the scheduled caste, the scheduled tribe, denotified tribes, other backward classes, religious, linguistic, and sexual minorities have been given special concessions for their betterment. Number 4, linguistic unity. Linguistic unity means that every language in the country, whether regional or national language, must be treated equally. The Indian state recognizes linguistic diversities and also makes special provisions to protect and support some of the languages and dialects that are on the verge of extinction. The three language formula followed by all state education boards enable the inculcation of Hindi and English as languages to connect with the Union, English to connect with the outside world, and the regional or local language for communication within the state. Classical languages and languages of linguistic minorities have also found a place in educational curriculum. Many educational bodies offer learners the option of answering their examination in a range of mediums, example Marathi, Hindi, Urdu, Gujarati, Kannada, English, etc. Doordarshan and Akashvani have programs in multiple Indian languages that reach out to millions of people who tune into them. These are measures to promote a sense of linguistic unity among multilingual people of the land. However, language is a double-edged sword. It can act as a barrier for many on the one hand, and on the other, it serves as a bridge linking people from across the country. Number 5, cultural unity. Indian culture exhibits cultural unity reflected in the literature and thought of different communities despite the obvious differences in customs and traditions. Festivals like Diwali, Onam, Eid, Raksha Bandhan, New Year, Christmas are remembered and celebrated all over the country. This is possible only because cultural unity does exist in India. Various saints, writer, artists, for example, Aurobindo, Mother Teresa, Baba Amte, Tagore, Bhimsen Joshi, through their life work have revealed the feeling of belonging to each other, a sense of identity, of purpose and emotion. There are various patriotic films based on the principle of cultural integration, showcasing classical musicians, singers, folk artists, craftspersons, artists, sports persons, dance forms, defense services, philanthropists, reformers, etc. Such presentations evoke a sense of love, concern, as well as pride for that which is Indian. Here we come to the end of the topic. So today we studied about the unity in diversity in Indian society. In the next lecture, we will study about the challenges to national unity. Thank you.